Destinites, and welcome to the Great Owl Reviews, the Mida Multi-Tool. The wonderful exotic that was available from Xur over the past weekend, and it's incredible. Basically, it's got ups and downs, but at its base, we can say that this is an incredible weapon, and that you should have gotten this weapon. And if you do get it from a random drop, that you'll be stoked to receive it, because it's going to perform pretty well in, I would say very specifically, player versus player situations, if that's your kind of deal. But it's absolutely no slouch in player versus environment either. You know, it's going to be useful in both, but it does lend itself, with the perks that it has, towards player versus player. So I'll break that down for you. So from the beginning, you got soft ballistics, CQB ballistics, or smart drift control, and those really do come down to sort of a playstyle preference. I myself have gone with the predictable and controllable recoil, penalty to range. I always go for more stability. Always, always, always. That's my personal preference. Now we got third eye on this bad boy right here, and this is one of the major reasons that it's so desirable in PvP, because the radar stays active while aiming down this weapon's sights. And people, you won't appreciate this enough until you played with this perk a lot, and then you will come to understand why it's amazing. The amount of prediction, the ability you are given with this perk to know your opponent's movements and to know when and where to start shooting exactly, is remarkable. I don't know how many kills I've gotten where a guy steps around the corner, I knew he was coming, and you pick him off with those 2 or 3 headshots as soon as he comes around. This gives you the ability to anticipate your opponents in the Crucible like nothing else does. It's really, really amazing. Really, really useful. I can show you another weapon which I'm actually going to compare this to. The Inward Lamp, available from Trials of Osiris, has the same perk, as well as Nerwin's Mercy, the pulse rifle that was so popular before pulse rifles got nerfed, available from the Iron Banner. But anyways, this is about the Mida Multi-Tool. So going back into it, we've got your different options here: lightweight, quick draw, and field scout. So increased carried ammo capacity is, to me, just like a useless perk. it's not necessary. You could get you could get something of your equipment to do that for you, so not really something I'd be interested in. Quick draw is really, really, really cool, but you can actually kind of axe this out if depending on the character class that you're using. Say for example, if you were playing with the Blade Dancer. The Blade Dancer is the option to change weapons immediately, so you wouldn't even need to use this. But now I'm starting to go into builds. That's not the point. So quick draw can be useful, but I think it pales in comparison to kind of the synergy you're going to get from using lightweight with the final perk. So lightweight is going to give you that +2 character agility. That's what I would recommend using it with. And then you've got Mida Multi-Tool, the eventual exotic perk that you have. So this weapon boosts move speed and fires on a hair trigger. So you can kind of see it already. This guy, with the increased agility, with your ability to anticipate your opponent's whereabouts, and then with the increased movement speed, at the very base, this weapon is absolutely incredible to take out your opponents in PvP. Not so much in PvE. I'm probably give a final rating. It's got decent impact. It's still a scout rifle, which is fantastic in PvE. But it does lend itself more, if this were more something like Firefly, that might be useful in PvE. But yeah, so this weapon boosts move speed and fires on a hair trigger. Fantastic with the +2 character agility. And then there's another synergy. If you were lucky enough the other week to go and grab something like the Radiant Dance Machines, which I've done a review on recently, you can see it right there. You move more quickly while aiming down your weapon. Now, you stack the Mida Multi-Tool with a Hunter spec'd for agility, with the Radiant Dance Machines, and you are greased lightning. This weapon is absolutely unstoppable in the maneuverability that allows you to have when you were in the Crucible. Now, I find, being objective of everything, I would say that is a sort of play style that you are going for if you're going to use this weapon, where you want to be quickly moving, you want to be jumping around lots, as opposed to kind of the slow-moving howitzer. Because I find that I use as well the Inward Lamp, and it easily competes with this weapon. Maybe, again, that's my personal preference, but having a scout rifle, as you can see here, that fires in full auto, over the slow time shots of the Mida multi-tool is a preference that I have. Although I would say something that kind of brings this in league with the best of the best, one of the reasons people love the Mida multi-tool as well is the reload. I mean, it can't be reloaded any faster. Say you stack that with a stat on one of your pieces of armor that then reloads scout rifles faster, and it's as though you never had to reload at all. So you're always going to have ammo with this guy, and you're going to be skating on ice for the agility that it affords you. So would I recommend this weapon? Absolutely. The one final, negative thing that I have to say about it is that it is an exotic. And you think, well, what do you mean? Like, an exotic means super rare, means super awesome, right? Well, in a way, yes, but then what that means is that you're occupying one of the two slots that you have available for exotics where, say, for example, you use the inward lamp that you can get from Trials of Osiris. It's only a legendary, I would say, comparable to the Mida multi-tool in terms of how easily you're going to take your opponents down, and then you have these other slots free for whatever exotic that it is that you want to use. Say, for example, the exotic sword, or I just grabbed Truth recently. In any of the slots, I don't need to go through the different options that you would have then to be able to equip. But yeah, because it's an exotic, it does kind of narrow down your ability, and you're kind of forced into a one-track kind of option with it, which, although lots of fun to play, may not be your preference. So it ranges very high. It's always arguable whether this is the absolute best weapon in terms of a scout rifle that's offered, because it really does in the end come down to play style when they get to this level. Is it absolutely excellent? Yes. Should you get it? Yes. If you didn't get it from Xur, should you be sad? Yes. Alright, so that's my review for the Mida multi-tool. It is fantastic. It is SAF sexy as fuck, and get one as soon as you can and rejoice when you do. Alright, if you enjoy videos like this, please do like, subscribe, and share. I'll be updating many more reviews in the future, and more time to come. And thanks for checking out the video, and this is the Great Owl signing off for now. Peace.